Hi, I'm Jonathan Torkelson. In this video tutorial, we're going to be going ahead and getting Visual Studio installed and set up. So if you're not familiar with Visual Studio, it's Microsoft's integrated development environment for application development, and it's very powerful. So we've built Virtuoso extensively around Visual Studio to leverage all of its power for embedded systems design. So let's go ahead and go to Visual Studio's website here, www.visualstudio.com. And you'll see here the Download Community 2015 Call to Action button. So Community 2015 is the version, if you're just getting started with Visual Studio, that you're probably going to want to use. It's the free version and comes with most of what you'll need for doing your embedded workflow with a cross-compiled IDE. If you click here, you can see the Compare 2015 Product Editions, and down here there's a Express 2015 Editions. So Express was the free version in the past, in 2013 and before. If you weren't buying a professional version, you'd use the Express. And there was a different Express version for every platform. If you were using desktop or web, you had to install a different version of Express. So it was a little bit confusing, but now they've done away with that, so there's a single community version. So that's the way that we're going to want to go here. So Virtuoso is compatible with Visual Studio 2013 and 2015. The only thing to be aware of is that the Express versions do not support plugins. So there is a Virtuoso plugin which can be useful for getting into Virtuoso from Visual Studio and is useful for setting up host applications. Definitely once you have a host application set up and you're in your normal workflow, there's no issue at all with using it if you don't have plugins, but that's just something to be aware of. And Community does support plugins, so that's not an issue for new users that aren't tied to an old version of Visual Studio. So I'm going to go ahead and click here and save that. So kick off our installation. So 2015, they've made improvements to the integration between the actual Visual Studio development application itself and a blend, which used to be called Expression Blend. So Blend is a separate application that's specifically for developing very powerful user interfaces. And so you can go back and forth between Visual Studio and Blend for developing the user interface, and then for most of your actual coding, you'll be using the Visual Studio itself. So Visual Studio 2015, they've got a little bit better integration between Blend and Visual Studio. And obviously, the 2015 has all the newer .NET framework versions. And other than that, the main difference in 2015 that they've done is there's now a universal Windows application platform, which lets you build a binary that will run on any universal platform that Windows has, which includes a desktop, mobile, tablet, Internet of Things, and even a hologram platform. So pretty cool thing to look into, possibly for building virtual devices or general application development. The only thing to be aware of is if you're wanting to design a universal Windows application, that your development operating system itself needs to be Windows 10. So if that's of interest to you, you'll want to go down here and click Custom and then hit Next, and you can see here the Universal Windows App Development Tools. Check that, and you can check out some of the different, there's some GitHub things that you can add to your installation. If you're wanting to use Xamarin in the future, you need to check that. But this will be sufficient for what we're wanting to do. And if I hit Next, then this will give me this installation button after I review everything that's going to be installed. Be aware that this is a pretty long installation. It can take about an hour, and so we're going to go ahead and let you click that and then finish the installation. And when that comes back, we'll start the next video and get Virtuoso itself installed. Thanks.